All right, y'all, you must be tired of hearing about this man, and I have to let you know something, that I'm tired of seeing his goddamn face all over my social media feeds anytime he does something annoying as hell. But I can't help but talk about it, because why else are we here? We're here to run our mouths. Let's get into it. All right, you already know what I'm going to say. Make sure that you go to patreon.com/AdrianExpression for my weekly podcast. Just put up a new podcast on Tuesday of this week. It's called Go For Your Dreams, Life Is Too Short. It was 40 minutes long. It was very fun. It was fun. The patrons told me what they wanted me to talk about, as usual. Y'all already know, music, all that stuff, ebook, audiobook, all that stuff is in my description box. Make sure you get your life and get your content, get the content that you need. Now, I want to talk about Eric Adams, okay? I was going to talk about him in a previous week, but I decided against it. And I'm glad that I did, because this new development kind of gives context in regards to all of that. So let's go back a little bit. So back in June, Eric Adams was at this meeting, right? It was called Talk with Eric, or Talk with Eric, something like that. It took place in Washington Heights. It was a town hall. Now, honestly, if I was, which I would never be, because why would you work for this man? But if I was on Eric Adams' team, anything public facing, which is his whole job, but you know what I mean? Like up close and personal meetings like this would scare the shit out of me, because Eric Adams has a gigantic fucking ego. We already know that. And anybody with half a brain will know that his policies fuck over a lot of citizens. We already know that. And what's funny, because I'm laughing, and what's funny but not funny at the same time, is that a lot of the policies and shit that he be supporting be fucking over citizens who look exactly like him, girl. And that is just that is so ridiculous. From housing policies to all this shit he got going on with the police, and it's an absolute mess, right? Democratic or Republican, I don't give a fuck, that shit is a mess. So yeah, he was at this town hall, and he was being asked by this person named Jeannie Dubno, hopefully I'm pronouncing her name right. She asked him why there are horrible rent increases in the city. Keep in mind that the person who asked him this is a co-founder of this association called the Riverside Edgecombe Neighborhood Association. It is a tenants and housing rights advocacy organization in Upper Manhattan. And also keep in mind that she is an 84-year-old Holocaust survivor and a tenant activist, right? So she asked him, what the hell is going on? Their rent increases in this area, but not other area. Like, what is actually going on? She needed to know. And I guess Eric Adams did not like her tone or whatever. And he said this.
Okay, first, if you're going to ask a question, don't point at me and don't be disrespectful to me. I'm the mayor of this city, and treat me with the respect I deserve to be treated. I'm speaking to you as an adult. Don't stand in front like you treated someone that's on the plantation that you own. Give me the respect I deserve and engage in a conversation up here in Washington Heights. Treat me with the same level of respect I treat you. So don't be pointing at me. Don't be disrespectful to me. Speak with me as an adult, because I'm a grown man. I walked into this room as a grown man, and I'm going to walk out of this room as a grown man. I answered your question.
He was just like, if you're going to ask a question, don't point at me. I'm the mayor of this city. Treat me with respect. Don't stand in front like you treated someone that's on the plantation that you own. Give me the respect that I deserve. Blah, 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 blah. Treat me with some level of respect. That's with the same level of respect I treat you. Don't be pointing at me. Don't be disrespectful. I'm a grown man, and I'm going to walk in. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Did it really require all of this rah-rah? This 84-year-old Holocaust survivors ask on behalf of the people who are in her association or whatever, asking like, why the hell are this rent is going up? We are having this conversation. You talk with Eric. I'm trying to have a talk with Eric. What the fuck going on? People are trying to survive in this fucked up ass city. And the thing that he took issue with was her fucking tone. You're the mayor, girl. You are it's called public servant, not a fucking king. Like, really disgusting, right? This brings us to the most recent incident, and one can estimate that he made some kind of response to the town hall at this next incident that I'm going to talk about. It was his recent speech at the Christian Culture Center in New York City, he said this: having someone talk down to you and expect for you to take it no matter what they say and what they do. I am the symbol of black manhood in this city, in this country, and what it represents. I am mayor of the most powerful city on the globe. And people need to recognize that he really thought he was Angela Bassett in Wakanda. I am queen of the most powerful nation. What? Like, girl, you are Eric Adams. Sit that basketball shape, bowling ball shaped head ass down somewhere. Girl, we playing sports in this hole. Sit your ass down. And what's crazy to me is that he went to the right demographic, the church. You want someone easy to brainwash, someone that worships power structure. Go to a church. They think an omnipotent being is scanning their every thoughts for sins. That kind of mind is easy to convince that they deserve less autonomy, girl. And that's why so much abuse goes on there. They over there clapping and cheering for this fucking man. Meanwhile, this man is living off of the taxes that y'all pay, and he's funding the cops more, doesn't give a shit about what's going on when it comes to housing, treating homeless people like they're not fucking people. It's just like, and going to church and talking about, oh, respect, respect, respect. Bitch, what did fucking Tywin Lannister say? Anybody who has to fucking say, I am the king, is not the fucking king, girl. It sounds like it starts with a motherfucking K, but it starts with a C. It's a koon. And we gonna get into it, because then he told a story at this it's speech, whatever, Christian Culture Center, whatever. He told a story about how his mom used to clean houses for people and how they would disrespect her. And he said, Mommy told me never to let anyone disrespect me no matter what you're doing. And it's really wild, because his mama was a maid. His mama was a housekeeper, but you are the mayor of New York City. You have a responsibility to the people who are struggling like your mama was. Like, I don't understand how they try. I'm the symbol of black manhood. No, you're the symbol of what happens when the white power structure uses a fucking black puppet. That's what you're the symbol of. Isn't it crazy how, on one hand, there are people who grow up and they didn't have a lot. They grew up in poverty, and they grew up to be the nicest, kindest, giving people. But there are other people who grew up in poverty, and they just, I'm thinking about Ben Carson, right? Who grew up in poverty, tells the story about growing up in poverty, but got to the housing department, whatever the fuck, under Trump, and shat on everybody. Shat on the very people who had the same kind of income level, they were dealing with the same kind of problems and trials and tribulation and power structure as, the people as the adults in your childhood, as your parents, as your mama. They got power and they shat on everybody. Ben Carson, who else? Justice Clarence Thomas. I read that he slept on a dirt floor, like he was in a dirt shack with his younger brother. And then he grows up to try and shit on everybody else, like to be the cool, like, wow. And to me, it's just like, it doesn't matter how much you devote yourself to this oppressive structure, girl, you still a nigga. And having a hand in more oppression won't take us as a people anywhere. You're a lapdog for the very same people and systems who helped foster the poverty-stricken environment that you grew up in. Like, that is so sad to come to know how it feels to be fucked up like that. To know how it feels, to gain some kind of ability. You could have used this power to change people's lives for the better. But no, they come up and they want to shit on everybody who they see as beneath them. And it's crazy, because these kinds of personalities really think that they have transcended their nigga-ness. You are still a nigga in a white supremacist structure. And the minute that you talk too much or get out of line, they go remind your black ass. And that's really just the tea. So I don't know. This is just like, I hate that politicians have so much power and they have so much potential to change so much shit, right? But the things that they focus on is enriching their own wallets, making themselves more powerful at the expense of the citizens that they're supposed to be protecting. They making coin off of our taxes, and you got just people like Justice Clarence Thomas riding around here being flown around by billionaires while stripping away rights. Get these niggas Get these tap dancing, cane tapping, top hat wearing, tap dancing ass raccoons. Get their ass out my motherfucking face. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. Okay. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really could go on and on and on about this man, but he really just pissed me off so much. He really did. This man ego so big. So big. And for no reason. Anyway, love y'all so much. Like I said, thank you for checking out the video, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.
Nigga who contain me. Coming through, we making niggas switch teams. I'm feeling really pussy, got that shit in my jeans. I'm fly, and the guys that got their eyes on me.